YouTube, Facebook. Our next presenter, Scotty Hobbs, is a elite top male Team Beachbody coach who has had a passion for God, family, personal growth, serving people, playing music, and fitness. He is a college dropout who has built a 7-figure income with Team Beachbody in 4 years. He's currently a member of CAB, or Coach Advisory Board, which is also responsible for the all well-being of all involved with Team Beachbody. By learning to believe in himself and overcoming struggles in life, he has learned how to help mentor others to achieve their goals and ambitions in life by teaching them the power of their story and how to share with others. He currently leads a team of 40,000 coaches and has spoken at numerous events across the USA, Canada included, leadership and business conventions with 25,000 people. He loves working one-on-one with people so that he can watch them develop into leaders that inspires thousands. He's also mentored a couple of other leaders into 7-figure incomes. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my friend, my brother, Mr. Scotty Hobbs!
Okay, I heard that light's really bright, so I'm going to come on this side. It's still hitting me. I'm really excited to be here today. Like, how many of you feel like your life is going to take a different direction today after listening to some of the speakers? Raise your hand. Right? That's how I feel. I got emotional almost during every single one of the talks and speeches today. And so I just want to say thanks, first of all. A lot of you guys that are guests don't know this, but every one of these speakers came on their own dime because they wanted to share their life and their passion and their success with you guys. So they all deserve a round of applause. I'm going to say thanks for putting on this event, but I want you guys to know this wouldn't be possible if each of you guys were not here. So you guys, I just want to say thank you guys for investing in yourself and wanting to become better people so that you can influence and make an impact on the people around you in your life. So you guys deserve a pat on the back. So give yourself one sometime at least, right? So this picture, how many of you guys have ever felt like this? Was this a good representation? Like I told people when I started as a coach in 2011 that one day, and this was just me starting in Idaho Falls all by myself. My coach was in Florida. I remember telling people, one day we're going to fill the football field, the Raston Stadium, with a celebrity trainer, and we're going to do a big group workout. And I figured that would be like a year. And so many people could look at that and be like, because this is 5 years later. So it could be looked at as a failure. It didn't happen, like I wanted it to at that time, but nothing in life happens exactly how we want. It's going to take some time. So, prior to 5 years, like I wanted this event to eventually happen, and it's here today, which is amazing, and it's got me emotional just sitting over here looking at everybody, and I was like, I don't want to go up and speak yet because I'm not ready, composed yet. I'm not composed, but. This is how I was. Like right now I can tell you what I want in the next year, what I want in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I know exactly what I want out of my life. But before, that was me. Before 5 years ago, I would go wherever life took me. Kind of like a boat without a sail. Just drifting, kind of wanderlessly. I dropped out of college. I quit a job on the dime once because I was upset and moved states. So I would just do things like drift around without a clear purpose and direction of where I wanted to go. So if you've ever felt like that, I believe my message today, I believe I have a lot of value for you today because that's where I was before, and my goal is to help you go from there if you're in that position right now to a place where at least when you leave this place, you know what you want out of your life. So that's the one thing that I want you guys to take away. Actually, I always say one thing in my team calls. There's going to be like 5 things. But one thing that I want you to take away from as you leave this event today is like, what do you want out of your life? Like, what do you want out of your marriage? What do you want for your children? What do you want for your health? What do you want for your fitness? What do you want for your finances? Like, what do you want, for when you retire? What do you want to do? Like, have you really decided that? Like, made a real decision on what you want to do? Like, what do you want to do with your days? Like, how do you want to spend your days? Who do you want to spend your days with? Where do you want to spend the rest of your life? What do you want to do, like, for work? Are you actually doing? Raise your hand if you, and this is fully possible. Raise your hand if you love what you do, not with Beachbody coaches, but at your job. So there's a few, and I knew there would be. But a lot of us aren't fulfilled. We don't really love our jobs, but we're there because we wandered aimlessly and we ended up there, and that's what's paying the bills and taking care of us. So that was me. And what I want for you guys as you leave here, you can look at this slide, is I want you guys to stop waking up like an accident. That's kind of how I woke up before in my life. I want you to decide what it is that you want out of your life, like for your whole life. A lot of us have a lot of time left. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? And then once you decide what it is that you want to do after your life, I want you to make the decision to go after it every single day. And like a lot of people, I just saw Mark and Rich over here, and I'll leave Mark before. You guys, a lot of people travel a long ways. Eric flew in from Maui, Hawaii. Maybe you've seen my YouTube videos or follow social media, and you're like, you want to be around people who are successful. You want to learn from somebody that's accomplished something that you want to accomplish. And I fully validate that because, like they say, birds of a feather flock together. You become like the people that you spend your time the most time with. And some of you guys grew up with me, you went to school with me, or you're from my church, or my parents are here. And you knew me before 5 years ago, where I was quiet and shy and not very confident and bold. And you see me up here with this confidence and passion, and see me on like 1,000 YouTube videos. And I'm up here speaking with authority on the subject of being successful and going after what you want in your life. And you may be thinking like, because you know this Scotty from before, why is he up there talking with that much confidence and passion about his life? And it's because I am talking about my life. It's not something, and this is something I've learned from some of my mentors, it's not something I learned in a book. I've read over 400 books in the past 5 years. It's not something I learned in that. It's not something I learned at school. It's not something I learned at going to a seminar like this. It's things that I've learned through my life, things I've been through in my life. And I want you guys to understand, and I told a lot of you guys to talk to me, I'm going to approach this in a different way than I normally do today. I slept in a crack house. I shared a room with 3 guys and slept in a sleeping bag for $20 a month. I shouldn't have ended up in a place like that, but I did. It's part of my life. I also dropped out of college. I didn't even go forward there. I also dropped out of college. I went to Ricks College, and I dropped out a little early and went to a dental lab school. Out of dental lab school, I worked for 2 months for a company, and it went out of business, and we didn't get paid for 2 months. So I had no money. I didn't deserve to be in a place like that, but it's a place that I ended up at in my life. And, so my parents are probably hearing some new things today. I slept on a concrete floor in Mexico with mice scurrying across the floor, and I could hear gunshots out in the distance, and I shouldn't have ended up in a place like that, but I did. It's part of my life. Not ashamed of it. It's part of my life, and part of it's made me into the person that I am. The last one is Gabby and I got pregnant with our first daughter, Keena, before we were married, and we had her on the government support with WIC and Medicare. I didn't think I would end up needing that support, but we ended up there. It's part of our life and part of our story. And what I want you guys to know is, I used to tell myself a story, and I've heard that theme reoccur a little bit with Brigida, also with Jennifer, and also Barbie on, I told myself kind of this story. Maybe I deserve all of this. Maybe I deserve to be working at a place where it's 12 hours a day, and Gabby's working at nights, and we're not raising our kids together. Maybe I deserve it because of all those bad choices that I made, that made me end up in those places that I talked about previously up there, right? And have any of you guys, raise your hand if you've told yourself these stories like they talked about, that you maybe deserve where you're at. Okay, so that was me, and what it was, they were really just excuses, and I'm click happy. Can go back. Maybe they were just excuses, and they were excuses that I was telling myself, stories I was telling myself that were keeping me from living my God-given potential. And it's kind of unique, because I didn't talk to Barbie about our subjects or topics beforehand, so when she was talking about a baby, I was like, this is awesome, because I'm going to kind of hit on this as well. Like, many of you guys are parents, like Gabby and I are, and you have children, and you love each and every one of those children the same. And I fully believe that because we're all God's children here on earth, He loves us the same. He doesn't want Barbie to be more successful or happy or joyful in life than He wants Gabby to be, or Micah to be, or Jennifer to be. He wants us all to have this, but it's up to us to realize that we have that ability and that potential. And really when I began, and it was through the influence of my coach, and some friends in my neighborhood, and of course, obviously my parents, that I decided to let go and let God take a little bit more reign in my life. And so that's why I'm super excited to talk to you guys and share with you guys a little bit about this story. So, oftentimes, like I hear things all the time and I'm sure the Beast over here hears that stuff as well. I'll get people that say things to me on YouTube or on like comments like, well, like, it's nice that you're happy and writing these inspirational posts every morning because Beachbody, you're successful. Beachbody pays you a bunch of money. You don't have to go to a job. So it's obvious that you were doing that. And if I had that, then I could be happy. I would put the effort in. I would work hard towards it. I would give everything that I had to do that as well. And what I want to talk about is that really what success is? So I want to help define, right now, I want to help you guys define what success is and what success is not. Barbie kind of talked about that as well, right? Success is, to me, it is, I'm going to skip the successes now. I'm going to go straight to success is. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. So I can stand up here like Barbie. Wasn't that powerful when Barbie shared at the end about what she thought about herself? So that goes in line with that, of she likes who she is and how she does things. And, you know, what I want you guys to understand is success is not a certain position in your job, getting to the sales manager position or becoming the CEO. It's not, in Beachbody, it's not a rank or an income level or becoming a part of the cab or a top 10 coach. That is not success. Success is knowing what your purpose is in life. And then once you know that, it's growing every single day and contributing to other people. And then actively taking those steps every single day in that role of growing yourself and contributing to other people. That is what success is. Walking with faith every single day in your purpose. So as we get to this, I'm going to have a lesson for you guys to take away from here, where you're going to fill out the worksheet to help you understand what your purpose is in life, to help you understand why you do what you do, whether it's a school teacher, a Beachbody coach, the principal of the school, whatever it is. So, like, why do you do what you do? Many of you guys are Beachbody coaches, some of you are not, but we know what we do as Beachbody coaches. We work out, we drink Shakeology, we talk to people about their goals, and we help them get started on their goals. That's the basics of being a Team Beachbody coach. But do we know why we do what we do as a coach? And so what I want to share with you guys is part of my story. Put this way. The day that I knew why I was a Beachbody coach. Like, you hear people talk about your why with Beachbody. And initially, so those of you that haven't heard this before, I started P90X in 2010. In 90 days, I lost 38 pounds and had abs for the first time in my life. And I felt better than I ever had. And I got, I gained a bunch of confidence. I began to help people. And I always struggled with self-esteem. So being able to help somebody else lifted myself. Like, I felt more confident in who I was. And that began to build slowly. But I fell in love with that process, right? And then I realized, by talking to my coach, that I could, like Beachbody, like, I was helping people for an entire year. I want you guys to understand that with these workouts. I did P90X 5 times and was telling people about it before being a coach. And my coach would say, hey, you realize you're doing what I do for free. Beachbody could pay you to do that instead of them just going to the website. So, the time went by and I eventually became a coach. I've talked about that on a national wake-up call on when I talk about facing your grizzly. But I talked about the day I started. But I became a coach, and the reason was, and I'll say it's a little bit selfish in a way. I already loved helping people, so I'm not afraid to say that, but I'm not afraid to say it was selfish in a way that I knew what I had would help people because it helped me, and I helped some people with it. But what I realized is that I could bring Gabby home from work, and I had always been looking for that solution because I worked 12 hours a day and she worked at nights. And every day at work, I tried to figure out how I could bring her home from work. How it was possible for me to start something or do something else for her to come home. So I did I started and did the whatever it takes, no excuses mindset of Sean to bring her home. So it was all about me, except I was giving people products that I know work and bringing Gabby home. And I got to this point where 8 months into my journey and I knew that she was going to come home. I was making $200, $300, $400 a week so I could replace her income. So we're starting to talk about her coming home from work and stepping away from that. But it was this day, 8 months into my journey, that I realized that I wanted to do this for my career. Not just bring her home, but this is something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Okay? And so I had the man cold, which is I was pretty much on my deathbed, because the guys know what that like. The women know what it's like when your man gets that. And I was just sick. I was sick for 3 days. I missed work, and it was a Friday. And Gabby, she told me, how about you get up, get dressed, and move around, walk around, so that you can start to feel better. So I got up, and then she said, hey, Keena's getting off she's going to get home from school. You should go out and get her, go out and get some fresh air. So I went out the front door, and I went to get Keena from the school bus. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember the school bus pulling up, and I remember the sound of the air or whatever it is when the door opens and the bus stops. And I remember this little girl came out, and she grabbed the little handles. She was 5 years old. And she looked up at me, and it stopped me in my tracks because this smile came across her face. And it was probably the most joyous look I've ever seen in my life. And it made me, it stopped me. I had tears in my eyes. And it was just this overwhelming feeling where I asked myself, in that moment, how many of these moments have I already missed working 12 hours a day and working every Saturday? How many of these moments has Gabby missed? She's 5 years old. I've never seen this much joy. And so at that moment, I realized that I didn't ever want to miss one of those moments again for her or any of the other kids. I wanted to be able to go to Donuts with Daddy Day. Yes, Beachbody coaches can eat a donut once in a while. And so I never wanted to miss one of those. I wanted to take the kids to the school bus, and I wanted to be able to bring them home. I wanted to go to, if they have a singing performance at the school, I want to be there. I decided I wanted to be there. But the bigger picture, I think I realized that if this guy that went through all those things I talked about could do that, could create that type of business and opportunity for himself, if I could do that, I could help teach, mentor, and inspire other people to believe in themselves to do that as well, if it was possible for me. So, we don't have really time for you to write it down. So he's trying to jump in my space here. Okay, so if you can take a picture of this, because this is my worksheet on a slide. Take a picture of this, because as you leave here, I want you to write these down and answer them for yourself. So spend some time with yourself, away from the kids, maybe before you even get home, and answer these questions. Who are you? What do you do? What do you enjoy? Who do you help? What do they need? And how does their life change with what you offer? So I'm going to give you an example. So a lot of you, like I said, are Beachbody coaches, but some of you may not be Beachbody coaches. And this is what I call your worksheet to help you find your purpose. So this could go to anything, your purpose as a parent. Maybe you're really struggling as a parent and you're not happy and you're stressed out all the time. This could help you identify what your role and purpose is as a parent so you can become better in that. A specific example is, let's say you're a janitor at an elementary school. On one hand, you have a janitor that's like the guy that says, you say, how are you doing? Living the dream, one of those people. And on the other hand, you have this janitor that's completely fulfilled and happy with what he does. This janitor doesn't know what his purpose is. He knows what he does. He cleans up after the kids at school. He cleans up throw up. He cleans the bathrooms, dumps the garbages, and he knows what he does. He doesn't know why he does it. He doesn't know what his purpose is. On the other hand, you could have a janitor that's completely happy with life. Right? And I won't go through and answer all the questions for this janitor, but it would be something, instead of cleaning up all this stuff and the mess the kids make and complaining about that, he'd be like, I get to provide, I am filled with joy every day because I get to see God's greatest gifts, these young children excited about learning, and they come in here and it brings joy to my life to see their enthusiasm and excitement about life. They have big dreams, they have big goals about what they want to do with their future, and I get to provide a clean environment for them to learn, grow, and thrive, right? So that's why he's fulfilled, because he knows why he does what he does as a janitor. So, Mike, is that kind of clear on how it can change your perspective of how you look at work? So that's what success is. It's not how much you make. Both janitors make the same amount. One's happy and fulfilled, and one is not. So the same thing will go for being a Beachbody coach, or if you're an entrepreneur, is really discovering what it is. Because like these speakers that came, they didn't get paid anything, so it has nothing to do with financial reward. They came here because it's part of their purpose to share with you guys. So, that's the example, and just to kind of close it out, I like kind of like Barbie. and everybody else that's talked here, and Brigitte and Jennifer, I am not the person that I defined in those pictures. In the pictures that I showed with some images, I'm not that person anymore. I've decided who I am, and I'm proud of that. And so I'm going to give you a little example, just to close it out, of, I don't sell challenge packs and run challenge groups and run Coach Basics groups. That's not what I do. I am Scotty Hobbs. I'm the father of 5 beautiful, gorgeous children. Shouldn't have looked at Gabby. I'm the husband of Gabby. And I'm an entrepreneur who invests in myself and in other people. I love health and fitness. I love serving people. I love playing the guitar. I love hunting, camping, fishing, riding 4-wheelers, being around my family, tickling my kids, boxing my son, being around my family. I love helping people learn how to use their life story and experiences to help other people believe in themselves and find more joy, happiness, and passion in this life. I help fathers and mothers who know there's a better way to live life and to provide for their families. And these parents, they want more time with their kids and they want less time at work. These parents, they want to be positive role models for these kids. These kids need a positive role model, and they need a parent who cares about them and loves them in the home and spends time with them. These parents they also need great role models. That's us. They need great role models. They need friends who encourage them to go after their goals. They need people to challenge them. They need people that love them for being vulnerable about who they are. They need people who don't care about what they've done in the past or mistakes they've made, that love them unconditionally. These parents need a way to get out of debt, the chains of debt. They need a way to build a retirement. They need a way to get their kids away from the babysitter and to raise them on their own. They want more time with their kids. And these parents want more time basically with their kids than they want at work. They want more time with their kids, less time at work. And when these people that I help embrace this way of life, they become more healthy, fit, and vibrant. They bring a spirit of positivity, energy, and joy into this world. They find an avenue or a platform like this. This is a platform I didn't know existed, where I could share who I was, my passion with people, my excitement about life. And they get to find that, and it makes a real difference in this world. And that's what we need, more positive people. And it can happen one person at a time, spreading from you to the next person to the next person, just like it did with me starting this alone here in Idaho Falls 5 years ago. So, as these people embrace this lifestyle, they become what I like to call the CEO of their own lives. They create a life by design, which gives them more opportunities to fulfill their real purpose of raising children and creating the future role models of this earth and this short time that we have here on earth. And when they do that, they're able to spend more time making a positive difference in this world. And that's who I am, and that's why I'm up here today. That's why I show up every single day to this business, just like I did when I was fighting through those hard times in the beginning to bring Gabby home from work. That's why I'm excited. That's why we'll all do this without compensation, because we don't need that. That's when you can do what you do without ever receiving an income from it, you know you found your purpose and your passion. And what I want you guys to know as we leave here, write this down. I want you guys to decide what it is that you want out of your life. Figure out what your purpose is in your role, your passion, and then work every single day for the rest of your life on earth to make that happen. Thank you guys.